Telecommunications networks come in a wide range of speed and capacity capabilities. Select the best fit for answer. A. Bandwidth alternatives. B. Switching alternating. C. Inter-organizational networks. D. Extranets. The correct answer is bandwidth alternatives. Which of the following statements is correct? A. Characteristic of the hub architecture of ArcNet is alternative routing. B. Characteristic of LAN is unlimited expansion. C. Characteristic of LAN is low-cost access for low-bandwidth channels. D. Characteristic of the hub architecture of ArcNet is directionalized transmission. The correct answer is characteristic of the hub architecture of ArcNet is directionalized transmission. A modem is connected in between a telephone line and A network. B. Computer. C. Communication adapter. D. Serial port. The correct answer is communication adapter. What frequency range is used for TV transmission and low-power microwave applications? A. Very low frequency 3 kHz to 30 kHz. B. Medium frequency 300 kHz to 3 MHz. C. Ultra high frequency 300 MHz to 3000 MHz. D. Super high frequency 3000 MHz to 30,000 MHz. The correct answer is ultra high frequency 300 MHz to 3000 MHz. Which of the following statement is correct? A. Satellite transponders use a higher frequency for reception of radiation from Earth stations and lower frequency for transmission to Earth stations. B. Satellite transponders contain a device that echoes the radiation without change from one point on Earth to another. C. Satellite transponder contain devices that transform the message sent from one location on Earth to a different code for transmission to another location. D. Satellite transponders as lower frequency reception of radiation from Earth stations and higher frequency for transmission to Earth stations. The correct answer is satellite transponders use a higher frequency for reception of radiation from Earth stations and lower frequency for transmission to Earth stations. We can receive data either through our television aerial or down our telephone lines and display this data on our television screen. What is the general name given to this process? A. View data. B. Teletext. C. Telesoftware. D. Videotex. The correct answer is videotex. ASCII, PSK, FSK, and QAM are examples of encoding. A. Digital to digital. B. Digital to analog. C. Analog to analog. D. Analog to digital. The correct answer is digital to analog. The data link layer in reference to the OSI model specifies A. Data link procedures that provide for the exchange of data via frames that can be sent and received. B. The interface between the X.25 network and packet mode device. C. The virtual circuit interface to packet switched service. D. All of the above. The correct answer is data link procedures that provide for the exchange of data via frames that can be sent and received. What function does a serial interface perform in data communication? A. Converts serial data into audio signals. B. Converts analog signals into digital signals. C. Converts parallel data into a stream of bits. D. Decodes incoming signals into computer data. The correct answer is converts parallel data into a stream of bits. You need to determine whether IP information has been assigned to your Windows NT. Which utility should you use? A. Netstat. B. Netstat. C. ipconfig. D. Ynipconf. The correct answer is ipconfig. 8 stations are competing for the use of the shared channel using the modified adaptive free walk protocol by Gallager. If the stations 7 and 8 are suddenly become ready at once, how many bit slots are needed to resolve the contention? A. 1 slots. B. 5 slots. C. 10 slots. D. 14 slots. The correct answer is 5 slots. When two computers communicate with each other, they send information back and forth. If they are separated by a reasonable distance, they can send and receive the information through a direct cable connection, which is called a null-modem connection. Presently, what is the maximum distance in meters permitted in this null-modem connection? A. 80. B. 100. C. 30. D. 150. The correct answer is 30. Modulation, in which the two binary values are represented by two different amplitudes of the carrier frequency, is known as A. Amplitude shift keying. B. Amplitude. C. Amplitude modulation. D. Aloha. The correct answer is amplitude shift keying. Communication circuits that transmit data in both directions but not at the same time are operating in A. simplex mode. B. a half duplex mode. C. a full duplex mode. D. an asynchronous mode. The correct answer is a half duplex mode. In a synchronous modem, the digital to analog converter transmits signal to the A. equalizer. B. modulator. C. demodulator. D. terminal. The correct answer is equalizer. If the client receives an address from a DHCP server, what is the only information available in the network properties dialog box? A. the IP address. B. the subnet address. C. that the client is receiving its address from DHCP. D. the default gateway. The correct answer is that the client is receiving its address from DHCP. An internetworking protocol that provides virtual circuit service across multiple X.25 protocol is A. X.75, B. X.25, C. X.400, D. X.21. The correct answer is X.75. Which of the following TCP/IP protocol is used for transferring files from one machine to another? A. RARP. B. ARP. C. TCP. D. FTP. The correct answer is FTP. Which of the following is an example of bounded medium? A. coaxial cable. B. waveguide. C. fiber optic cable. D. all of the above. D. none of the above. The correct answer is none of the above. Which transmission mode is used for data communication along telephone lines? A. parallel. B. serial. C. synchronous. D. asynchronous. The correct answer is serial. Who invented the modem? A. Wang Laboratories Limited. B. ASCII Information Systems USA. C. Apple Computers Incorporated. D. Digital Equipment Corp. The correct answer is ASCII Information Systems USA. With an IP address starting at 200, you currently have 10 subnets. What subnet mask should you use to maximize the number of available hosts? A. 192. B. 224. C. 240. D. 248. The correct answer is 240. Which of the following communications modes support two-way traffic but in only one direction of a time? A. simplex. B. half duplex. C. three-quarters duplex. D. full of the above. The correct answer is half duplex. Which of the following TCP/IP Internet Protocol a diskless machine uses to obtain its IP address from a server? A. RDP. B. RARP. C. RIP. D. X.25. The correct answer is RARP. In OSI network architecture, the dialog control and token management are responsibilities of A. Session layer, B. Network layer, C. Transport layer, D. Data link layer. The correct answer is Session layer. Which of the following transmission systems provides the highest data rate to an individual device? A. Computer bus, B. Telephone lines, C. Voice band modem, D. Leased lines. The correct answer is computer bus. Which of the following connectivity devices is used to extend a network on a purely mechanical basis? A. Gateway, B. Switch, C. Router, D. Active hub. The correct answer is active hub. The IEEE 802 project of the 1980s involved further defining the lower two layers of the OSI model. A number of standards were agreed upon during that time. Which of the following is the standard for Ethernet? A. 802.2, B. 802.3, C. 802.4, D. 802.5. The correct answer is 802.3. Which of the following digits are known as the terminal number of the Network User Address NUA? A. 57, B. 14, C. 812, D. 1314. The correct answer is 812. Which of the following device is used with an X.25 network to provide service to asynchronous terminals? A. Repeater, B. Bridges, C. Gateway, D. Packet assembler disassemble. The correct answer is packet assembler disassemble. A medium access control technique for multiple access transmission media is A. Aloha, B. Amplitude, C. Angle modulation, D. Attenuation. The correct answer is Aloha. The core diameter of a single mode fibers is about A. 10 times the wavelength of the light carried in the fiber, B. 10 times the fiber radius, C. 7 times the light carried in the fiber, D. 3 times the wavelength of the light carried in the fiber. The correct answer is 10 times the wavelength of the light carried in the fiber. Which of the following TCP/IP protocol is used for remote terminal connection service? A. Telnet, B. FTP, C. RARP, D. UDP. The correct answer is Telnet. Networks where end-user workstations are tied to LAN servers to share resources and application processing. A. Internetworked enterprise, B. Information superhighway, C. Business applications of telecommunications, D. Client-server networks. The correct answer is client-server networks. The frequency range 300 kHz to 3 MHz is used for A. AM radio transmission, B. FM radio transmission, C. TV transmission, D. Microwave communications satellite and radar. The correct answer is AM radio transmission. With an IP address of 201.142.23.12, what is your default subnet mask? A. 0.0.0.0, B. 255.0.0.0, C. 255.255.0.0, D. 255.255.255.0. The correct answer is 255.255.255.0. A smart modem can dial, hang up, and answer incoming calls automatically. Can you tell who provides the appropriate instruction to the modem for this purpose? A. Communications software. B. Error detecting protocols. C. Link access procedure lab. D. Telecommunications. The correct answer is communications software. IEEE Project 802 divides the data link layer into an upper sublayer and a lower sublayer. A. HDLC PDU. B. PDU HDLC. C. MAC LLC. D. LLC MAC. The correct answer is LLC MAC. Two computers that communicate with each other use a simple parity check to detect errors for ASCII transmissions. Which of the following events will always lead to an undeleted error? A. 1 bit or any odd number of bits inverted in a block of data during transmission. B. 2 bits or any even number of bits inverted in a block during transmission. C. 1 bit or any odd number of bits inverted in a byte during transmission. D. 2 bits or any even number of bits inverted in a byte during transmission. The correct answer is 2 bits or any even number of bits inverted in a byte during transmission. Which utility is an all-purpose tool for troubleshooting TCP/IP problems? A. Netstat. B. Netstat. C. Ping. D. Hostname. The correct answer is Ping. In communications satellite, multiple repeaters are known as A. Detector. B. Modulator. C. Stations. D. Transponders. The correct answer is transponders.